Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? 360 outlaw. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. After the sack on first down, Murray escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 26. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
59. Mike's 59. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, check. 59.
From the 22, Murray. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And able to find Kirk complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Murray now. Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
59. Watch the curve. No.
Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Aaron Donald on the stop. Brings up 3rd down.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. From the gun, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Kill. 2 for 1. 23's the mic, boy. Hey, Foxtrot.
Gone. He gets it to Cooks. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Here we go. 20. Check 99. Check 99. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. General West. Watch the end.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Check, 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 check. Kill.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 3rd down, McFarland. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, motion. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Quit talking about it.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by David Long. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
You go tight. You got tight.
On 1st down, McFarland. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Zerline now for the PAT. And they're able to up the lead by one more.
Makes the score Rams 31, Cardinals nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
24 is the mic.
You must be dreaming.
24 is the mic.
I can't believe they let you play.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And this one caught by Max Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
That's how we do it.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. 43 is the mic.
Back to throw. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long. Out of the gun, Goff. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an open.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mike's 59.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Aaron Donald getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go.
From the 50, it's gone. This pass complete to Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target.
And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. From the 24, Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Murray. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From just shy of midfield, Goff looking for his running back, and he's got it. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a third.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Watch twist.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. This one caught by Isabella. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first and goal, Drake. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different?
True.
You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Mike 5. Go. 9. Night, sweetheart. Excellent.
They're going for it. It's Murray. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Woods. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards.
And they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking